It's time for the Jeff Litherland Show. Join us each week to find out what's going on in Perry Central Commodore basketball, straight from the head coach, Jeff Litherland, exclusively on the Southwest Indiana Sports Network.
Want to know what I like best about playing basketball for my high school? I like it because it's a place where my friends get to see me play. I like it because I'm playing for someone besides myself. I'm playing for everybody in my school and every person in my community.
Indiana high school sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
Do you have old videotapes and films sitting around your house? Let Milligan Communications convert them to DVD for you. VHS, VHS-C, 8mm, or Beta. If they are videotapes, Milligan Communications can do them all. They can also convert 8mm, Super 8, and 16mm film. DVDs would make a great Christmas gift. Call Milligan Communications today, 812-630-2449 for more information.
You dream it, we create it at Street Dreams. Custom paint, fabrication, stereos, wheels, tires, and more. We're also your authorized Sinister Sound dealer. Street Dreams, 317-624-1000, where you expect quality and get.
Hey everyone, Joey Chestnut here, world champion competitive eater. I follow Southwest Indiana Sports Network, and if you're hungry for sports, you should follow them too.
Follow the Southwest Indiana Sports Network at swisportsnetwork.com or search Roku for our channel at SW Indiana Sports Network.
Welcome to the Jeff Litherland Show. And Coach, last week you played at Wood Memorial and home against South Central. Why don't you recap those games for us?
Yeah, Joe. We had a double weekend last weekend as our first weekend, double weekend of the season, and we went down to Wood Memorial on Friday night, and come out with a hard fought victory. We had a lot of fouls in the game. I think there was 43 fouls called in the game. So both teams were. I think we had 3 starters with 2 fouls in the first quarter, and was shooting double bonus early in the second quarter, but it was a very physical game, and basically for a large portion of the game, it was our bench versus their bench, and our guys prevailed, and we were able to get some of our starters back in late in the second half, and we made enough plays to get the victory. I was a little bit disappointed in the first half. I think we shot 4 of 14 from the free throw line, and missed some easy baskets, in the paint that, we need to be finishing. But, we able to have a 21-13 lead at halftime and, made enough plays, down the stretch to win. And we come back on Saturday night. We played at home against South Central. And, I kind of made mention of this last week on our call. I was anxious to see how our guys, handled double weekend and having basically a morning shoot around to prepare, and we didn't do a very good job of it. I mean, we come out and got in the hole early in the first quarter, and we battled back. We had a 4-point lead with about 25 seconds to go in the second quarter, and we've been working on clock management and situation management, and we shot with about 12 seconds to go, and we gave up a transition basket and a foul right at the horn. So we had the ball to start the third quarter. So if we could have executed at the end of the second quarter and come out and executed to start the half, we'd have had a really nice situation there. Put our position to win the basketball game, and we played basically the second and third quarter without Lucas Mitchell. He was saddled with early foul trouble, and I was trying to save him for late in the game, and he kind of got out of the flow sitting there so long, and they had a kid step up. His last name was Smith, and I don't think he'd shot a 3 all year, but he 3 in the fourth quarter, and we missed free throws, and it was just one of those games where not a lot went right, and we didn't execute, and we did some undisciplined things, and I was kind of worried about that. We put, a lot of emphasis on Friday night, and, rightfully so. That was our next game. And as soon as that was over, we started focusing on South Central. And, having inexperienced guys at the varsity level, it hurts you sometimes. This is one of those situations where, we weren't ready to play, and we didn't execute what our game plan was. But we come in Monday morning, and we had a 5 a.m. practice, and we worked on all the things that broke down on Saturday. So the kids there, they had a good attitude, and they're starting to understand the process, and being able to watch a lot of film with them, point out some of their mistakes is helping in helping us learn where we do good things and bad things in each situation.
And you've got a really good schedule to this point. That's got to prepare you for later in the season.
Yeah, I mean, we've played a really good schedule. Heritage Hills is great. Hancock County is pretty solid. It doesn't matter what the situation is when you go to Oakland City. It's a tough place to win, and it's a tough environment. And I'll tell you, South Central, they're going to be a team to keep an eye on. Through the end of this year, and certainly in the next year. They've got a kid, a Thomas kid that's, averaging 25 a game as a sophomore, and their best player is not even playing yet. He got hurt this summer. He dislocated his shoulder up in a shootout, up in Henryville, and I think he's going to be clear. I think he was cleared yesterday, and he was their best player last year, and he's about 6'1" and very strong, good shooter, jumps out of the gym. So. They've got a good, they've got another kid at 6'6" that's in the post that I think's a sophomore. So I think by the end of the year they're going to be a pretty solid team, and certainly next year they're going to be a solid basketball team.
And you've been listening to the Jeff Litherland Show on the Southwest Indiana Sports Network, powered by Milligan Bush Communications. And we got these messages from our sponsors.
This is your IHSAA. This is your state. This is your high school. This is your athletic association.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and we're here to make sure that all of this remains yours.
This is your state. This is your community. This is your IHSAA.
Do you have old videotapes and films sitting around your house? Let Milligan Communications convert them to DVD for you. VHS, VHS-C, 8mm, or Beta. If they are videotapes, Milligan Communications can do them all. They can also convert 8mm, Super 8, and 16mm film. DVDs would make a great Christmas gift. Call Milligan Communications today, 812-630-2449 for more information.
When you think sporting goods, think no further than All Star Sports in Ferdinand. Custom embroidery, screen printing, team uniforms, sports equipment, and sports apparel and shoes. We have it all. Give Brad a call today at 812-367-1618 or visit them in the Country Plaza Shopping Center in Ferdinand. All Star Sports is open Monday through Friday 10 to 7 and Saturday 9 to 4. All Star Sports, when you're thinking sporting goods.
At MAD, we believe in zero. Zero fathers who aren't there for bedtime. Zero mothers who miss the first day of school. Zero children who never come home. We believe in zero victims of drunk driving. With MAD, your support adds up to zero. Because we believe in a hug on the first day of school. We believe in another bedtime story. We believe in no more victims. We believe in zero.
Hey everyone, Joey Chestnut here, world champion competitive eater. I follow Southwest Indiana Sports Network, and if you're hungry for sports, you should follow them too.
Follow the Southwest Indiana Sports Network at swisportsnetwork.com or search Roku for our channel at SW Indiana Sports Network.
Hello and welcome back to the Jeff Litherland Show, and we're joined by Gray Central Athletic Director Ray James. Ray, how you doing today?
Hey, Joe, I'm doing great. Thanks for calling and let me be a part of the show today.
You're very involved with boys and girls basketball of all grades. As you said earlier before we went online, you're a department of one, so you do it all.
Yeah. Well, and I can't forget Janet Lautner. She's one of our administrative assistants out front. She wears a lot of hats. She doesn't do just athletics. She also helps both the principal and assistant principal here, and she runs my concessions in the winter. She's a jack of all trades, and she does a great job. I couldn't do what I do without her either. So I want to give a shout out to Janet too.
So, and Perry Central had a very successful fall campaign, going into the winter campaign now, and we'll start with boys basketball and Coach Jeff Litherland, and what can you tell us about them so far?
Well, Jeff had a really good summer, 4 seniors, and 3 of them were major contributors, and he lost about 90% of his scoring. So there was a lot of question marks out there for him, and he put a lot of work in the summer, had a lot of great things going on, and he did a really good job pulling a lot of kids from all 4 grades, freshmen through 12, together, and getting those kids to buy into what he wants and to work hard and make sure this is going to be a total team effort. And I think early on in the season that's showing on both sides of the coin. One, we work extremely hard. Defensively, our effort's been there every game, and the kids are really supporting one another, and they're trying to do the right things to make this the best team that they can have, and that's been the other side. They're very selfless. I don't think anyone really cares who leads them in scoring or who gets the shout out of the night for having the best game or however you want to look at it. At the end of the day, they're looking up at the scoreboard and they want to be on the winning side of things. So, and that's a tribute to Jeff and what he's told these kids they need to do as far as being selfless and being a team. So I'm excited about the team, and I think we'll just get better and better as the year goes on.
And the one thing that always struck me about Perry Central, it doesn't seem to matter what sport it is; they all support everybody.
Yes, yeah. We're fortunate. We're a tight knit community. Center of Perry County, very rural area. And, if things happen in our school district, it's going to happen here at Perry Central. It doesn't matter if it's Girl Scouts, Farm Bureau meeting, Beekeepers Association, Boy Scouts. I mean, you name it. If somebody's going to get together and do anything here, whether it's athletics or not, it's probably going to happen on our campus. So a lot of people are familiar with our school. They're familiar with our kids, and our kids are heavily involved in a lot of things outside of athletics, and that's a tribute to the kids and their families for being so community oriented. So that's a big positive, and I'm thankful I have head coaches here that embrace that and encourage their kids to go out and do things in the community and be a part of it. And we're just close knit, and that breeds that type of mentality of where we're going to take care of one another. So it's a good deal for all of us.
And next up is girls basketball, led by RT Elliott. What can you tell us about the girls basketball team to this point?
RT's, I think this is starting his 4th year. So he's running through. His seniors were with him when they were freshmen. He's got some talented seniors, and they're playing hard. They got a big conference win last night over Springs Valley, so that was really good. That's a couple of wins for us. We beat in South Spencer early in the year, which is a good win. They've had some ups and downs. This year, they're trying to find their identity as far as some outside scoring, and I think that's coming together. RT's been working really hard with getting our girls to play at a pace he feels like they can to help their cause, and I saw evidence of that last night in the Springs Valley game. So they're getting better every week, and our girls program is taking steps in the right direction. I think right now the biggest step is they get a few wins like that, and they start believing in themselves and understanding that, yes, they can win and win at a high level. It's been tough. Southern Indiana has just been really rich in talent in girls basketball the last few years. Of course, evidence of, having two state champions in Tecumseh and Forest Park last year coming out of the southern half of the state. I think, if I remember correctly, out of RT's, 19 teams that he played last year in the regular season, 7 of them were sectional champs, and 2 of them went on to win states. That's a pretty tough schedule, and they battle through some adversity, and they keep getting better. So I'm encouraged with the girls program as well.
And you also take care of middle school and elementary school, and we won't hear about those players till future. But how are they doing so far? I like the direction that our head coaches are moving to help our elementary and junior high programs. Of course, in the elementary, again, being a tight-knit community, that's starting to help out. Our parents are really chipping in and taking the lead on some things as far as getting their sons and daughters and their friends involved early and doing some AAU and travel ball stuff that, head coaches just can't be in charge of all of that. They just don't have enough hours in the day to do that. So you depend on your parents and some of your community to help out with that. And we're starting to get that in both programs, a lot in the boys. And the girls are getting there. We have a couple of younger teams that have been playing some really, really good basketball. I can see evidence of the work that some of their parents and the coaches have put into that. And same on the boys' side. We've got some really talented young players coming up. I think the future looks bright for both boys and girls, athletics in general, not just basketball. Here at Perry Central, we've got some good years to come. We've got a couple of back-to-back classes that has some talent, and when you're a single A school or a really small 2A that we are, and you can get that back-to-back class with some talent in both classes, then you're going to be able to make some noise at some point. So I think the Commodores are on the rise. And last week on the show we talked to Jason Hubert of the 3 Point Club for the boys, and he was telling us about the shootout they're going to have, and it seems like it's filling up awfully nice.
Yeah, they did that last year. The 3 Point Club, Jeff's got a real nice system set up. He brought in, he's got a parent advisory board with that for our AAU, and they ran a tourney here. I think they had, 50 teams, maybe 60 teams, and over a weekend, and some really quality basketball. And we host one of those. We'd like to host a second one if we could ever find more gym space to do it. And I think they traveled a couple tourneys like that and stuff. So it's definitely pushing in the right direction, and a lot of work from not only our head coaches but from volunteer parents as far as coaching those teams, being on the advisory board, meeting with Jeff, and getting those calendars, events scheduled, and then working. Just the manpower it takes to put an event together like that's pretty daunting. And they did a great job last year. Heard tons of positive from other schools about our tourney, and those schools wanting to come back. So that's a good thing.
Well, Ray, good luck to the Perry Central Commodores this season.
Hey, thank you, Joe, and I appreciate what you do and getting our coaches on your show and getting the word out there about the great things that programs around Southern Indiana are doing. I appreciate it.
And you're listening to the Jeff Litherland Show on the Southwest Indiana Sports Network, powered by Milligan Brosmer Communications. We'll be right back after these messages from our sponsors.
At MAD, we believe in zero. 0 fathers who aren't there for bedtime. 0 mothers who miss the first day of school. 0 children who never come home. We believe in 0 victims of drunk driving. With MAD, your support adds up to 0. Because we believe in a hug on the first day of school. We believe in another bedtime story. We believe in no more victims. We believe in 0.
Becoming a licensed sports official is a great way to make a positive difference in the community and support the over 160,000 Indiana student athletes that participate across 22 IHSAA sports. Sports officiating allows you to stay connected to the game, become a role model for our young student athletes, earn extra money, and support the patrons and communities of our IHSAA member schools. To learn more about becoming a licensed IHSAA official, log on to ihsaa.org/officials today.
Do you have old videotapes and films sitting around your house? Let Milligan Communications convert them to DVD for you. VHS, VHS-C, 8mm, or Beta. If they are videotapes, Milligan Communications can do them all. They can also convert 8mm, Super 8, and 16mm film. DVDs would make a great Christmas gift. Call Milligan Communications today, 812-630-2449 for more information.
You dream it, we create it at Street Dreams. Custom paint, fabrication, stereos, wheels, tires, and more. We're also your authorized Sinister Sound dealer. Street Dreams, 317-624-1000, where you expect quality and get.
Hey everyone, Joey Chestnut here, world champion competitive eater. I follow Southwest Indiana Sports Network, and if you're hungry for sports, you should follow them too.
Follow the Southwest Indiana Sports Network at swisportsnetwork.com or search Roku for our channel at SW Indiana Sports Network.
And welcome back to the Jeff Litherland Show. And Coach, this week you get to play Springs Valley on Friday and you play at Southridge on Saturday. Springs Valley being a Patoka Lake Conference game, you get to open up the conference game. Why don't you preview those teams for us?
Valley. We got Valley on Friday, and they are, they graduated a lot of kids last year, but they've got two really nice players back, and the Chase kid and the Edwards kid. That he's a big time post player, and Jonathan Bowles is their basketball coach, and Jonathan always does a great job, and he'll have his team ready, and it'll be a physical contest. There hasn't been too many games we've played this year that's not been really physical. So, we expect a battle on Friday night when Springs Valley comes to town. And, you talk about Saturday, just saying Southridge alone, the tradition of that school and their athletic program and, all the championships they've won over the years in multiple sports, having to go to Southridge and play them will certainly be will be one of those games that you look back at, as a measuring stick on your schedule and kind of see where you're at. We kind of did that with our Heritage Hills game, and this is another game on the road against a very good program that's he's going to be well coached. Tim LaGrange is back coaching there, and he's had a lot of success, and I expect it to be a battle over there. It's one of those gyms that I've been looking forward to getting back to. I haven't coached a game there since 2018, and it's a good atmosphere. It's a really good opportunity for us to go in there and see what we can accomplish. But nothing's going to be easy. They've got a lot of tradition within their sports program, and we fully expect it to them to come ready to play, and we'll be well scouted. They'll know exactly what we're trying to do, and it'll come down to who's making shots and who's taking care of the balls, and who's making good decisions in those situations that I talked about earlier. So
and playing Huntingburg Memorial Stadium is always a treat.
Well, I've had a lot of memories there. All those years I was on the staff at Forest Park, and the success we had there, and winning my first sectional there, and it's one of those places that I kind of get goosebumps when I drive past it, and when you open the door and the atmosphere and the history just kind of hits you right in the face. So I'm really looking forward to getting back there and being able to to walk down that tunnel. I've spent many years sitting in that tunnel, and even when I was in high school and waiting to take that floor, and all the years, the championships we won at Ferdinand, being able to celebrate them, and just a lot of memories and good people. Both the teams that I've been on, and Southridge, has always been very respectful. I know Scott and Kurt and those guys that cover the radio for them for a long, long time. So, I'm looking forward to being able to walk back in there and compete on that court again.
Well, Coach, good luck this week.
All right, thank you, Joe.
And you listen to the Jeff Litherland Show on the Southwest Indiana Sports Network, powered by Bells for Communications. We'll see you next week.
You've been listening to the Jeff Litherland Show. Find out what is happening in Perry Central basketball each week, exclusively on the Southwest Indiana Sports Network.
Becoming a licensed sports official is a great way to make a positive difference in the community and support the over 160,000 Indiana student athletes that participate across 22 IHSAA sports. Sports officiating allows you to stay connected to the game, become a role model for our young student athletes, earn extra money, and support the patrons and communities of our IHSAA member schools. To learn more about becoming a licensed IHSAA official, log on to ihsaa.org/officials today.